Hey, it's Tim. Today is October 7th, 2025, and today is a one-day road trip. Maybe this will be a series, I don't know. But today I'm on a one-day road trip, and we are headed, I've been driving for 3 hours. We're headed out to the desert, right over there, to go to none other than Calico Ghost Town. But first, I want to point out this sign right here. This is called the Jenny Rose Restaurant. This sign is a beautiful neon sign, and it was featured on the back of Sheryl Crow's album called, I think it was called Tuesday Night Music Club or something like that. And this is the sign that was on the back of that album because there's a restaurant right over here called the Jenny Rose. And we're gonna go over and walk around and look at it real quick while we make our way to Calico Ghost Town. And so what I wanna ask you right now today is, are you coming? That's my car right there. Let's go over here and take a look at the Jenny Rose, the now abandoned Jenny Rose restaurant, roadside diner, if you will. It's under 24-hour surveillance, it says, and I think I did a quick internet search, and it looks like it closed down around 2008, which was a while ago. This is 2025, and so if we look inside, it looks like it's still, I mean, they still have a lot of junk in there. Like it hasn't been closed that long, but it has, according to the interwebs. The booths are still right here in the window. It's hard to see through the glass. I hate doing this with YouTube and with my camera because you can never see through the glass all the way. But the bar is still there, the bar stools, there's boxes. It almost looks like maybe somebody has been working on it. It's hard to say. See, it doesn't look that bad. So the plan today was to get up early and start driving up here, but that didn't happen. So it's already afternoon right now. So we're gonna go spend some time at Calico Ghost Town exploring. I haven't been here since my kids were little, so probably 15 years ago. And if Audrey finds out I came up here without her, she might be a little upset. The original plan was to go to the train station museum, but it's closed today, so I had to rearrange my plans and come here. But it's a one-day road trip. It's a one-day road trip. We have to do whatever we're gonna do in one day. And so if we don't spend too much time here at Calico on the way back town, on the way back towards home, we're gonna do some Route 66 traveling and see if we can find some cool roadside stops and attractions on Route 66. We're there. Here we are. This is Calico Ghost Town. And they've got it all decorated for Halloween too. I wasn't even thinking about that. It is a ghost town after all. Let's look inside here. They got a skeleton in there. It's a coffin. This is a coffin, not a casket. Sean Mercadante. It's a coffin, not a casket. And they got some scary, ghoulish pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns here. There's a crow on this horseless carriage. This is a horseless carriage. Well, there's a horse there, but you just can't see him. Right as you approach and enter, the sign welcomes you to Calico Ghost Town, 1881, the largest silver mining camp in California. It says at the bottom. 1881, right there, 1881 to 1896. And then something else happened. All right, you know when you drive somewhere really far and the first thing you got to do when you get to the place you're going is, well, go to the bathroom. So I just went to the bathroom, and now we're going to start. We're just gonna look around and see what we see here at the Calico Ghost Town. And right now, what I see is the beautiful sounds of chirping birds in this tree, which I just scared away. Right when you come in, there's a visitor center, right there, visitor center, and you can go in there and they got a TV telling you all the different things you can do here and all the things available. Visitor center. And this lady tells you all about the different things. They've got a little fun newspaper here, newspaper print here that you can read. And you can sit here and listen to the spiel. And they've got some photos on the wall, and they've got some really neat Native American curtains. And right now, because it's Halloween time, there's a skeleton. The former remains of a human right there. They've even got a wooden sidewalk right here that you walk on. I like that. Right here is the Calico Leather Works and Indian Trading Post. I don't really know how, look at, they've even made it look like it's really old and wind worn. As far as the history here, what's really going on here, I'm not exactly sure, but what I do know is Walter Knott of Knott's Berry Farm I think, purchased the abandoned and defunct and messed up and old and falling apart the real Calico Ghost Town sometime back in the day. You know Walter Knott from Knott's Berry Farm and his wife. They started Knott's Berry Farm. That's a different story. But yeah, he purchased this and made it into a fun road stop, place to stop along the road, along Route 66 kind of thing, where you could come and just check out, get out of the car, kids could run around, and it was something cool. And now it's just, you know, it's much bigger than it used to be, but it still has that rustic charm. Look at this old timer. Okay, we're gonna walk over here across yonder street. I kind of feel like I came here a long time ago and this was dirt and not asphalt. See, around is asphalt. I think it used to be dirt. Here's a vacant lot. Maybe there's a story there. All right, look, the Calico House restaurant is right here. And they're featuring fried chicken dinner. Now, Walter Knott's wife, I think her name was Delia? Delia? I can't remember. That's how she lured people in, how they lured people into Knott's Berry Farm in the olden days. It was a meal. You could come in and have a meal of fried chicken. So it's probably her recipe of fried chicken that you can get here at the restaurant. They got beef pie, an outhouse, good victuals. Howdy, come on in. Sweet potato, French fries, ice cold beer, and you can set a spell right here on the rocking chair if you choose. I choose. Sitting on the porch. There's a sign over here that we want to read right near the town hall. Ooh, they've got sarsaparilla. We might have a sarsaparilla today. I like a sarsaparilla. Okay, and there's a creepy clown right here under the big top. And he's here advertising some kind of circus. Clowns, jugglers, and trained animals. Circus Amazing Show. Welcome to the circus. Okay, under the auspicious, oh, here we go. Here's the sign that's going to tell us a little bit of history. Calico lives again. Under the auspices of Knott's Berry Farm, Buena Park, California, buildings shall be rebuilt on their original sites. Walter Knott is dedicating Calico Ghost Town to the memory of the heroic silver miners who lived and toiled here. The preservation of this singular California heritage is also dedicated to you, the visitor, as a constant source of learning and enjoyment. Please respect this historical property. And it's signed by Walter Knott. Calico, founded circa 1881. Restored by Walter Knott, 1950. Historical marking and dedication by the native sons of the Golden West. This sign tells us the town of Calico was a real silver mine. Produced about $13 to $20 million in silver and $9 million in borate materials between 1881 and 1907. So this really was a silver mining town. Here's a green wagon perched up on these little stilts, but inside are some creepy it's Batman. It might be Batman. Is that Batman? What the heck? Let's go inside the candy and tobacco shop. Ooh. Hey, this is very real looking. Very real, like candy shop looking. I mean, old school kind of place with a long bar right here. Ooh, what's this? Pickles. There's pickles. Whatcha dill pickles, marinated mushrooms, stuffed jalapeno stuffed olives, all kinds of preserved goods here. They got some kind of pumping thing. And all kinds of hats. Oh, they got hats. I like hats. I like my hats. Not the pink ones though. Probably the more manly looking hats. Yeah, like this one here. All right. Oh, they've got some like steampunk hats. Oh, look, there's the mail thing where you'd get your mail back in the day. There we go. That's where you'd get your mail. And they've got a bunch of like steampunk style hats here. All right, they've got the, I think those are like undergarments, underdresses for ladies hanging from the ceiling, as well as like horse tack and this really cool looking old light fixture. And they got a barrel of gummy stuff right here. Candies, toys, all kinds of munchies. Oh, this goes way back here. Holy smokes, I didn't realize it was this big. They got all the cool cap guns. Look at these. Remember this? Cap guns. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I kind of want to get one. That's a girl one. I kind of want to get one. A little holster, but I want a 2-gun rig. I don't see one, but whatever. Oh, they got the bows and arrows. I think this is rubber band guns. Walkie-talkies, like they used to use in the Old West. Oh, remember these combs that you think it's a switchblade and you open it, it's a comb? Those are awesome. I love these old toys. Old toys are the best. Look at this. It's a rattler. It's a rattler. There is but 1 inch of space between the top of Flat Top Tunnel and the roof of this rattler. Oh, look at these hats. I like these are like derbies. Like these are, oh yeah, like a gentleman's hat from the Old West. How do I look in this hat? I kind of like it. I look like an Old West gentleman. All right, so yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at these guys. There's a skeleton, and you can sit in the thing and get your picture taken. Here's the photo studio. And it says, they're on lunch, be back soon. Calico Photo Studio. Inside you can get an old-timey picture. Ooh. This building was known as Isaac Knowles Saloon. Oh, what was that? What's that? What's that? Did you hear that? I did. It sounded like a spooky whistle, spooky train whistle. All right, we got to keep moving. There's still a lot to see here. Walking up the street. We're just going to kind of, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go up this side of the street. We're going to come back down the other side of the street. There is so much to see here. So much to do. This placard here is, oh, there's a time capsule buried on this site in 1981 is a time capsule to be opened in the year 2031, the 150th year of Calico's birth. And this is dedicated to the Walter Knott family in appreciation for the gift of Calico Ghost Town. And that might be him. That might be Walter Knott right there, his bust. And they got some flags here. Walking up, there's just still a lot to see here. Gosh, I thought I was almost done. The Calico Print building is here. Look, it's made out of like adobe. Mud and rocks and stuff. They got some old, I wonder if these are like really old wagons that they found here. Like in the dirt, decaying in the desert. And they've parked them here to be visualized by us people in the 21st century. I forgot what century we're in. Here's the saloon. This is the saloon I don't want to go to because you just fall right off the cliff. And you know what else is kind of interesting? I didn't realize as we've been walking, we're kind of going up the side of this canyon. We use caution right here. We're going to look up towards the mountain right there. You can see the Calico sign. The writing on the wall up there, it says Calico on the wall. On the mountain, you know, the mountain, it says Calico. And there's some rundown old buildings back here. We're doing the secret. This is the behind the scenes, literally behind the scenes visuals of some of the structures and buildings they have here. What's this? I don't know what that is. It's an old shack. I wonder if it looks like, well, it looks real, right? Either they did a really good, job of stage dressing all this and building it to make it look old and real, or it really is old and real. This is the old sheriff's office, Calico, California. Let's go over here. They've got an outdoor prison right here made out of wood. And let's look inside here. The Polecat Pete's residence is where Polecat Pete is. Let's see if he's in there. There he is. It's Polecat Pete. What'd you do, Pete? How'd you get locked up in there?
Please let me out of here. I appreciate it.
How long?
I've been here for a long time.
I'm sorry. You must have done something wrong.
I've been in here since 1886.
Holy smokes, it's 2025 now. That's a long time ago.
That's a nice blue shirt you got on.
Hey, how'd you know my shirt was blue, Pete?
You're standing in front of me, duh.
Oh, god darn it, I didn't realize you could see. I like your blue mug.
I like your socks.
Let me see what I got on. Oh, they got stripes. I got striped socks on today. All right, Pete. You have a good stay in the shade.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
All right. Pete's locked up since 18 something. He's been in there a long time. And he likes my socks. Look here, we're at the pharmacy. And inside here, let's see if we can get a look at the pharmacist inside without my reflection. There he is. There he is. Look at all them drugs on the wall right there. What's right here? This is the, come inside. Oh, this is the haircut. The shave place. The haircut, 50 cents? Or is that dollars? Haircut fancy, 65 cents. Shaving a haircut, 75 cents. Isn't that a song? Shaving a haircut. Dun, 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 dun. 75 cents. Mustache and beard trimmed, 25 cents. I can afford that. And I certainly need it right now. Professor Smith's Goose Grease produces an instantaneous, luxuriant mustache on the smoothest lip. On the smoothest lip. And it'll look like that. All right. This is the way it used to be. There's a tub made out of wood. And then there's a sitting tub where you get a bath. Chinese laundry. That one doesn't speak English. And then there's another washer. All kinds of washing. Come in here, get your laundry done by that guy. And it smells real good in here. It smells good here. There's a mini piano. There's a spindle. Don't prick your finger on that. Fall asleep and never wake up until you're kissed or whatever by your true love. There's a barber chair. Yeah. There's an antique school desk. Now, we have one of those in the garage. It looks almost just like that, except the finish on it is really nice. And then there's some signs back here. What made Calico run? Tools and wagon wheels, wooden kerosene, beasts of burden, and elbow grease. These are the things that made Calico run. Look over here. There's a stove, and there's a lady just standing there. I think she's going to make you something if you want. Oh, they got cornflakes. They got cornflakes and toasted grain flakes and shredded wheat. Holy smokes, I didn't know that stuff was that old. Home sweet home. And then over here we got the barber guy. Is he the barber? No, he's the dentist. Oh gosh, look at the picture there. He's got his knee in the guy's, well, on the armrest. I guess sometimes they would put their knee in your chest and dig that tooth out or whatever. This is R.A. Goodenough dentist office. Wow, there he is. He doesn't look like, would I let him dig in my mouth? I don't know. This guy seems to be letting him, because whatever it is, it hurts quite a bit. This place is called R&D Fossils and Minerals. And there's, oh, it's Jimberly's cousin. There he is. Here he is. All right. I wonder if we can go inside. We don't need to go shopping. Let's just look outside. This fantastic porch with this, look at this wagon wheel bench. They really do a really good job of making it look vintage and old-fashioned. What's this building? This looks like this is an assaying office. Assaying. I think that's where you would go get your silver valued. I wonder if this looks like a really old building too. I don't know which ones are like authentic. Probably all of them been fixed and rebuilt. Because of what Walter Knott, he came in here and fixed it all up. Look at this, like a hearse. There's a hearse in here. Not his and hers, but a thing to carry the casket in. / coffin. I learned the other day the difference between a casket and a coffin. And the casket is kind of fancy, and the coffin is like a wooden box with trapezoidal shapes on it. What's in here? Oh, it's the old blacksmith shop. Let's look inside and see what they got. They got all the tools of yesteryear. And a bottle, they got some bottles of water right there. But there's an anvil right there where they would beat the crap out of the iron when it was real hot and make it into the shape that they wanted it to be in. Or maybe they would make brands, and then there's a kiln back there. And I'll bet on some days they've even got a guy working in here showing you how they did it. The old Brandon shop, the old blacksmith shop. Here's a popcorn thing. Oh, and a sign that tells us to be cautious because quails could be crossing. Here's a quail crossing. Here's an old-timey fresh popcorn thing right here. And over here, there's a building that's probably a little newer, I have to think, because it's a burger joint up here where you can get a burger, sit down on the patio, and enjoy. When you come up here, it's kind of a long ways from anything. And if you're got everybody with you, the family and stuff, people are going to get hungry and thirsty and want something to eat. One of the more notable residences at Old Calico had been the creatively built Hyena House Hotel. It was described as having been established at the upper end of town as early as the spring of 1881. When the Silver Rush had just begun, it was said to have been a 4-story structure built into an overhanging cliff, with natural cavities in the rock formation serving as living spaces and exterior walls made mostly from the staves of barrels, until large quantities of cut lumber arrived by railroad for the creation of buildings. In the new town, miners lived in tents or otherwise created shelters. So maybe it was up here somewhere. I think that's what they're trying to tell us. You know, it's dry and thirsty, and I didn't bring my water. Well, it's not thirsty, I am. Let's go up here and see where this little path is going to lead us. We're going a little hike here. Oh, I don't know where we're going. Let's go up here. It's just a walking path. Oh, it's just a lookout point. Oh, and there's some, oh, look at this. There's some cool mining remnants. This is the exit only, and the entrance is near the train. All right, we're not supposed to go in this way. We're going to exit this way. I kind of would like to walk through the old mine. Let's go up to the lookout point, which is over here. Okay, it appears as though I've gone around the lookout point. It's over there, but right down there, they got a train. There's a train, and I would like to ride the train without question, because I like trains. Let's go up to the lookout point. We're kind of behind all the buildings right now, and I'm going to follow this path up here. You know what? They must get some serious wind up here, because there is these little wind-carved nooks and crannies and little cave crevices and stuff in the rock right here. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. The wind comes in and carves that out. Let's go up to the lookout. Up yonder step slopes. Going to the top. All right, we're at the top, the overlook of Calico, the town of Calico. And I'm breathing heavy. There's lots of heavy breathing when you come up the steps, the steep slopage. We're gonna be going down and checking out that train next. It looks like a nice short run, but I also want to go through the mine. Actually, yeah, we gotta ride the train. If there's a train, I'm riding it. By the way, I got in for free today because as I was going through the checkpoint thing, the lady couldn't get the computer to work. The gal running the front desk, and she said, just go on in, have a great day. So I can afford to ride the train. All right, this upper end of town has some other kind of buildings. Like this is a Dorsey's Doghouse where you can get some things for your pets. And then this place over here, what was this? This one up here. Looks like there's a little history of the Sweets shop. This is the Sweets, like a candy shop. And it says this building is a reconstruction of the original that dated back from the 1950s and was destroyed by a small fire in 2001. So not 1800s, but 1900s. The Spice Shop building had been created to represent one of the several two-story buildings that had been located at Old Calico during the time of the silver mining in the 1880s and 1890s. Just by reading the signs. Okay, this is called the Mystery Shack. You can pay to go inside, and then it's all weird. Like, it's crooked, you know, like leaning over and stuff, and everything looks like it should be falling, but it's not. And yeah, that's what they have in here. Which line is longer, kind of thing. These little, what do they call them? Illusions. Illusions. Look at that. Are the lines parallel? That's weird because that's weird. Okay, which center circle is bigger? They're the same, but it's an optical illusion. This is Pappy. He's in there. He's going to give you a fortune. So, oh no, he's going to give you a souvenir penny. Hey, look at this. This is a casket. I mean, it's a coffin. It's a coffin. And here's a sign. Remember I said earlier that there's a difference between a coffin or a casket. The answer is, in fact, to do with the shape. Because the terms coffin and casket are now used interchangeably, you'd be forgiven for never considering the differences. But here's the main one. A coffin has 6 sides and is hexagonal. And a casket has 4 sides and is rectangular. So that is a coffin and that is a casket. Coffin traditionally has 6 sides, although it doesn't have a hinged lid. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this coffin is an example of a toe pincher. Coffins were commonly used between 1700 to the mid-19th century. This was the site of Calico's mortuary, an undertaker's business. The shop was the fire break wall in the 2001 fire that started at the top of the town that spread to the rest of Calico below. All right, I'm heading over towards the railroad station right over there. And look, they got a bottle house here. It's called The Other Side, Calico. It's a bottle house. It's a house made of bottles. That's why they call it a bottle house. Those are bottles. Look at that. And they're all facing the same way. And it's closed right now. Let's go down here and see if we can get a train ticket to ride the train. I want to go through the mine too. Those are always fun. Remember that time we went through the Eagle mine? And the guy let me go through by myself because there was nobody else there. And he's like, yeah, just go ahead. That was cool. But I got to go back again. We're going to go back again and get the tour because that's what I didn't get was a tour. Okay, come see the early mining display at Maggie Mine, top of the stairs. Mine shaft, mine tour. You might go, there's 2 sets of stairs. There's one over there and there's one over here. We'll go up this one. Huh! Oh, look. Here we go. There's a mine car over there and a man standing next to it, like pointing. And then there's tracks. You go right inside the mine tour entrance. We'll do that in a minute.
Getting ready to leave.
Oh, they're getting ready to leave. I want to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got to buy a ticket. All right, we're going for a train ride. Please remain seated. Here we go. Woo woo!
Howdy, folks. This
Woo woo!
is Paris, and I'm here. This is Annie Ricker, G-Miners from Calico's Gable. We would like to welcome you aboard the Calico and Odessa Railroad.
Howdy there, folks. Y'all please stay seated as we take a ride together along the back country of Old Calico. As we go around this first curve, notice the miners' cabins built along the canyon walls. As crude as they appear, they were protecting us from the hot summers and cold winters here at Calico. A perfect for the independent types who like to think for themselves. Of course, many miners stayed in boarding houses, full of modern conveniences, like home cooking.
I got my nickname Hard Rock because that was exactly the kind of mining we did around here. The rock is so hard that we didn't have any water to use for mining.
Here's an old shack right there.
And blast away the rock.
During the boom years,
We're gonna go in the tunnel. Come on, this is awesome.
It was a ghost town. That's to say, it was mainly abandoned. But it was restored and reconstructed by the Knott family in the 1950s. Back then, they had one
We're going in the tunnel. Ooh, there's a blasting thing.
role security for the town, a tradition that continues to this day.
Coming out of the tunnel. Train's coming out of the tunnel. Yes.
As we round this next curve, to the left of the engine, 81, and Calico's silver rush was on. Miners came from all over, including well-known towns such as Virginia City,
There's a mine hole right there.
Arizona.
I certainly do, Hard Rock. I had silver fever too. Coming up on the ride, 3 bullets are set his way from my little pistol. They call the law and have me arrested. Before I could unload my whole gun on them. The jury did not find me guilty, as I was just protecting my property.
Well, Annie, glad no one was seriously hurt, except maybe that Mr. Coder's bride. Now, if y'all look left, this is an ore crusher called an aerostep. Miners would hitch a horse or mule to that crossbar and have it walk round the behind,
Look at that.
which caused the steel ball
It's a soup
to
bucket.
over and crush the
Or a
ore
potion.
before it was
Potion
put
bucket.
into the processing mill. Of course, by the 1880s, this meant
That water supply also gave birth to our neighboring town of Daggett, and the rubber was built right through there. See, just like the smaller narrow gauge locomotives, the big trains of those days ran off of steam and the water-filled boilers.
another one of our neighboring towns was Orion. It may no longer be visible, but when the boom ended here, jobs over there, large miners with Pacific Company. It became the last place in California where the famous 20-mule teams were ever used.
All right, now we're going to go through this mine, I think. This is the Maggie Mine walking tour, a 1,000-foot safe tunnel. We're going to see the Mulcahy Brothers home for 20 years. The Glory Hole, where $64,000 was taken. A beautiful minerals place, Dead Man's Drift.
As the civilization of the East started moving toward the West, well, the world of the cowboy began to shrink. The railroad made the cattle drives from Texas to Kansas unnecessary and linked the whole world with far-off, strange-sounding places like Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Oregon, and California. Rolling, rolling prairies, back to the land of my dreams. Back in old Montana, that's where I long to be.
You ask. As I hear it, back in 1881, some gentlemen were sitting around town hall discussing names, and not liking any of them. Then one man said, "It's as purty as a women's calico skirt." Right then and there, they knew they found the name, Calico. And it is true, these mountains are as colorful as a calico skirt.
We used black light in their showcase to highlight what would otherwise be
Oh.
pretty bland-looking material.
Look at this.
Modern miners use ultraviolet light to sort specimens, but in the glory days of the Maggie mine, only the sure knowledge and experience of a miner could find pay dirt and high-grade ore.
This tunnel was dug in 1880.
Quit the claim. Later on, a 10-year-old schoolboy found a chunk of ore on top of the hill above us, and a fresh claim was staked out. Digging where the silver specimen had been found,
we're gonna move on.
$65,000 in rich ore was located.
Oh, he's still talking. We're out here in the mine part. Look at this. There's my shadow. Me and my shadow walking through the mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vertical shaft. Because it goes up vertically. It says this is a vertical shaft. All right, we're going through here. Now, oh, there's a guy in there. There's a miner. There's a miner guy doing his mining. What the heck is that? Okay, there's a miner in here, and he's got like a bucket of what looks like eyeballs. I don't know what that is. It looks like a bucket of eyeballs. It is a bucket of eyeballs. It's because it's Halloween stuff. I'm like, what the heck? They added that in there for fun. I'm like, what the heck? That's a bucket of eyeballs. And then look, I didn't see this guy right here. Some kind of ghoulish, ew. I don't know what the heck that is, but I'm gonna keep going. I bet you they turned this into kind of a haunted thing at haunt time. Let me see what the map says. If I go to the right, we're gonna go to the Dead Man's Drift. We're gonna go over there. Let's go to Dead Man's Drift, which is over here. I'll put my phone away and zip up my fanny pack so I don't, so nothing falls out. Here we go. All right, Dead Man's Drift is in here. Why is it called Dead Man? I don't know. But I see my shadow in there, which is a little creepy. Like if it was a long hallway and you saw that down there. Ooh, it's dark in here. It's very dark and quiet. I don't think there's anybody in here. Okay. Oh, chute 2. Stand clear on 4 bells. So this is an ore chute, and how the silver-bearing ore would be transported from a level above to where it could be loaded into an ore car and pushed outside. Cruising along, let's see what's going on in here. Oh, there's some guys working. Excuse me, sir. How do you get out of here? This is the $65,000 glory hole. Hey, excuse me, sir. That looks heavy. Do you need help with that? You're picking that all up by yourself. You are a strong man. Strong man picking that up. He's not talking to me right now. I'm not sure why. Look over here. These guys, there's a lion in there. There's a lion, and there's a guy with a, wow, he's got a bunch of money. People throw money in there. Interesting. Home of the Mulcahy brothers. The Mulcahy brothers. God, I'm a horrible reader. I used to be good. There's a guy napping, Mr. Mulcahy, and that's his brother, Ralph. What is that crazy sound? Like an airplane. Ah, it's a fan. Very good. Okay, exit. Please use the handrail. You know what's interesting? This, I just came out of the mine shaft right there, and we went in on the other side, just right over this little ridge right here, and this little hump, this little lump, if you will, that I climbed up on earlier to get the view spot up there, that's the mine. It was just right here. It wasn't like way off into the hills somewhere, or millions of, tens of thousands, or like tens of miles deep or something. How am I trying to say that? It wasn't like super deep into the mountains. It was just right here. There's a little lump of earth right here, right behind the town. Like the town is here, and the mine was here. Like they were smart. They didn't have to go very far. You just have to go walk a mile or so, or 2 miles, or get a ride on something to get into the mine. Ride your mule or something. But not here. It was right next to it. There is so much to see here. It's incredible. I'm on the side of this building in the shade because it's actually quite warm, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and there's quite a lot more people here than there was earlier. Everybody's coming for it's the afternoon rush. Now there's people walking up and down the street everywhere. This is Lil's Saloon right here. Lil's. See, the famous gunslingers of the Old West. I want to pop in here and get a sarsaparilla. And apparently, only one of 4 remaining rammed earth. These are called rammed earth buildings at Calico. The old drugstore building has been known as Lil's Saloon since the 1950s. So this was one of the older buildings that was not destroyed in the fire. Well, I'm walking around waiting for the drugstore to open because I want a sarsaparilla. It says it'll be right back. It's been 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe? It says open, but this is one of the only, there's 5 buildings that are still original buildings, still standing. And it's because, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I just watched a video. This is called rammed earth, and they would build like a form and then ram all kinds of junk, dirt, rock, sand, trash, pottery, whatever, anything that was like hard and non-flammable, they would ram it into the material. And that's how they made the walls. It was a very good insulator, and it kept out the heat and the cold, and it was fireproof. It was fireproof. Finally, instead of waiting for the saloon to open, I went into the gift shop here and got a Calico sarsaparilla. Now we need a porch to sit on, drink our sarsaparilla, and watch people walk by. Yes, Slim sarsaparilla. Well, that's it for Calico today. Now I gotta remember where we parked and start driving a really, really long way home. But we're probably gonna stop and see some junk along the way. So let's finish our one-day road trip by heading down Route 66. This is Peggy Sue's Nifty 50s Diner. And I want to go in there, but I don't know if I've got time to sit around and eat. It's very cool. I've heard all about it. Peggy Sue's. But I think I'm going to come back with Audrey and we're going to go eat there. So, wah, wah, wah. I might go around the back and check out the dinosaur park. It says, visit free dinosaur park in the back of the diner. Let's go do that right now. Now this is roadside attraction worthy right here. The Peggy Sue's Dinosaur Park. Look at this. Fantastic waterfall right here. And there's a bridge and, oh, there's ducks. And there's a, oh, look how nice this is. This is a nice place to stop. Holy smoke. This is a real roadside kind of a place where you've been driving and you're hot and you're tired and there's trees here and water. There's music playing. The water's brown, but that's okay. Nice tables to sit at and it's free. So let's say you brought your own picnic stuff. You can come in here and just sit down and relax and get off the road. And it's cool and it's shaded. And there's a guy coming out of the dirt right there. What the heck? What the heck is going on here? Look at this. They've got a stage right here for entertainment. Music is playing. This is great out in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of the desert. Let's look over here. They got flamingos in the water. There's dinosaurs and they got a dinosaur shop, which is closed. This is nice. Oh, look at this Stegosaurus. Look at this. They've got a Stegosaurus here made out of iron. Please don't feed the dinosaurs. Okay, I won't. There's a T-Rex on the roof. There's a sign up there. Peggy Sue's 50s Diner. Look at this. Well, we used to call it a brontosaurus. I don't know what they call it now. An Allosaurus? Is it an Allosaurus? And then they've got a gorilla. A hairy gorilla here. And then over here, another T-Rex. Here. At the free dinosaur park. Peggy Sue's Diner. We're going to come back here another time. I'm going to bring Audrey back up here. We're going to have a meal. That'll be fun. Hello, Mr. Turtle. Hello. How are you today? Okay, look. For reals, we're on the Route 66. According to this sign right here, San Bernardino West 66. And it's right here. We're going to take the 66. Route 66 a ways, I don't know, see what we find. But look here, you can prove it. I gotta hurry because we're like running out of time today. You can prove it. Because right here in the road it says Route 66. And right here is Mugwumps. If you know what that is, I do not. It looks like it was an old gas station called Mugwumps at one day. And then there's this really quick, I gotta run over here because I'm out of time. This is how we're gonna get home. We're gonna stop and see all kinds of stuff. Look, this says California Welcome Information Bureau Daggett. Free information, restrooms, and ice water. And look at this building. How cool is that? That's the neatest looking building. Sign out here says Living History. California Route 66 Living History. Right here, and you can scan the QR code in English or in French. Scan to step back in time, it says. And you can find out about this building that has a neat shape. All right, as we are rip-roaring down US Route 66 in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowheres, I'm not afraid to tell you, it's 92 degrees outside. It is a warm October day here in the desert. We're gonna see what else we can find along the Route 66. Hey, look here, that's Route 66 we've been driving on. We're between Barstow and Victorville, and there's all these old rundown, beat up, abandoned buildings that used to be gas stations or places to eat. And then I saw this, good food, good folks, a nice parking lot, and a cafe. This is a nice, new Route 66 cafe called the Red Hen. I don't know how long it's been here. I don't even know if it's open. But what a great place to stop if you want to get something to eat. And it's not like a rundown kind of place. At least it doesn't look like it on the outside. They've got picnic tables. There's large areas to park if you got your bus or your RV and trailer. They've got handicap parking if you want, but this is called the Red Hen Cafe on Route 66. And the sign here says the Red Hen Cafe, Route 66. There is no other place anywhere near this place, so this must be the place. All right, this is Route 66, and this is Elmer's Bottle Tree Ranch. What? Look, here's an old sign. This says Route 66, which is right there. That is Route 66, and we're walking down the street, the main drag of Oro Grande. Oro Grande shops. Look at this. Here's a thrift shop here, but it's not open right now, I don't think. These are old-fashioned shops on Route 66. And look, there's a cross-eyed cow pizza place right here, and a bar and a grill kind of place that is kind of like the only new, open, fancy, cool-looking place on the whole block. Here in Arroyo Grande. And it's called the Cross-Eyed Cow. Cross-Eyed Cow, pizza, Chevrolet, outdoor dining right here in the patio. There's a windmill right there. Okay, let's go. This is Route 66, and this is Emma Jean's truck stop and cafe. Emma Jean's Holland Burger Cafe right here. And this is a beautiful old building built in 1947, still open to the public to come in and have a burger here on Route 66. Check out the cinder blocks, the construction of this place. It is a real old-timey cafe. Very cool looking. Look at this, Emma Jean's. Look at that, and it's open. I want to go in and eat, but I don't have time. I don't have time to eat at Emma Jean's. Right here along Route 66, built in 1947. Emma Jean's. Did I say it already? And look at this. It's a historical point of interest. Yes, it is. From 1947. Nobody's here though, darn it. Everybody's ripping by here. Ripping by. This is Cajon Pass, and I'm standing on Route 66, totally abandoned, little frontage side road next to Interstate 15, which is right over there, and we are at Camp Cajon. This is called Camp Cajon. That is a loud motorcycle. It's right along the Route 66, and Camp Cajon was a free kind of camp spot where you could pull over after being on the road for many days, tired and dirty, and you could pull over here to Camp Cajon for free and stay the night, I think. I think you spend the night. They got a whole billboard here with all kinds of information about Camp Cajon. There's a map with layout of how it all used to be right here, and this is the road we're standing on, US Route 66. I think it tells you where the interstate is. I think it's out here. But yeah, it is all gone now. It's totally gone, but this is the spot where Camp Cajon used to be situated, right here along Route 66 and Interstate 15. Hey, that's gonna be the end. That is the end of our one-day road trip. This was fun. I might do some more of these little one-day road trip things. All right, so that's gonna do it. Hey, if you like my videos and my things that I do, please like and subscribe and do all this stuff. And if you want to really support me, you can buy me a coffee. Link in the description to buy me a coffee, or just watch more videos. That would be great. I would love that part. And hopefully I will be entertaining for you in the future, now and in the future. Also, I'm going to put a video right here for you to watch that's kind of related, sort of like what you're watching right now. I'll let the algorithm choose what's best for you, and that video will be right here for you to watch. And thanks for watching today. All right, okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, all right.